Hi guys, James here, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's having a great day. Guys, I'm so excited. We are playing with a brand new palette from Glaminatrix. It just arrived, so I thought I would quickly throw a base on, put a beanie on because my hair's a little bit of a mess, throw the cat outside so he's not going to distract me, and play with this palette. So, this is the Silent but Deadly palette. It was on pre-order last month. I ordered it the day it got announced, like pre-order announced. So I got it and it arrived today. So I'm excited to play with it. I am filming this at 10:30 at night. Comes with this bag with a little Glaminatrix symbol on it. Here is the palette itself. Always nice and wrapped very well. I don't think I've ever had a broken shadow with Glaminatrix. Might have had one cracked shimmer, but never actually completely broken. So I don't expect anything to happen with this palette. Let me just take the bubble wrap off so you don't have to hear all the crinkling, and then I'll come back. Alright guys, so this is the palette here. Now I don't think this is part of their collection series because I do have a collection of 12 palettes with a coin. Now I think I have the coin next to me. I'm trying not to get foundation all over this brand new shirt of mine, so I'm trying not to like touch my neck to my chest when I look down. But yeah, so we have the little collection coin from the last palette, and this is what it looks like. Now, the old Soul palette was the last palette. That's the coin. So this is not part of that collection. I think this is part of their April Fool series. Last year they came out with the Tones of Turds palette or the Grounded palette. If you didn't want like a poo themed eyeshadow palette, they brought out a Grounded palette, which is basically the same color story, different names and different packaging. This is the sister of that one. So this is the Silent but Deadly. So basically a flatulent gas themed palette with some cool names. It doesn't come with, normally they usually come with like a pamphlet to describe some of the names, but at least last month's or last year's April Fool's palette did. This one doesn't, but on the back of the packaging it does say it's cruelty free and vegan, 24 months expiry date, made in the PRC, which is the People's Republic of China. And it does say scratch and sniff. Do you ever remember those scratch and sniff stickers? I never got them on my school grades because I was never smart enough to get any. But my friends would always have them, and I would scratch their paperwork when they got their tests back, and I was always jealous. But that's what it says on the back. It isn't actually scratch and sniff. It just says joking, but pretty cute touch. Now, how do I open this without ruining the box? I don't have my tweezers, and I always find these boxes hard to open. I don't have any of the, okay, we'll use these scissors and try to open it without breaking anything. But anyway guys, I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm not feeling 100%. I think I'm getting a cold, so my base makeup is looking a little crusty, especially on the nose area because I've been blowing my nose. I have a little bit of a peeling situation happening, so don't look too close on my base makeup. If you are wondering what I have on my face to get to where we are now, I will have it listed all down below. But let's get straight into the palette. I don't want this video to be too long. I have seen the color story and I kind of know what eye makeup look I'm going for. Let's see that nothing is broken first. Okay, nothing's broken, and I do love that they do add the little white like sponges or foams on the shimmers to protect them. So I'm just gonna hopefully flip them out and only they fall out and not. Yep, nothing's broken. So that's the color story here. Very, very pretty. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna play with like these two middle rows because I'm really happy. Well, at least these two shades, and then some of the shivers. But I'm only gonna do one look today. I was gonna do two looks, but because it's so late, I just don't really have the time because I want to try and edit this video as fast as possible. But the very next video that I do, doing like a get ready with me, I will play with this palette again, so we'll do another look. So if you are interested in seeing other looks from this palette and also knowing more about the brand, I do actually have a playlist with all my other Glaminatrix tutorials, so I will link this video in that playlist and you can go watch all those. But yeah guys, I'm really excited. Oh, this blue, oh that is so pretty. Air Biscuit, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully the light will adjust, but that is like an electric blue. That is kind of reminding me of the electric green in the Tones of Turds palette. That's so pretty. The camera's not doing it justice. It's stunning. I'm going to use that on my eyes today. Oh, I can't wait. All right, let's get straight into it. Now, guys, I do actually have some Glaminatrix brushes next to me. I don't have all the eye brushes because I recently went to Kmart and found these little like turnstile brush holders. So I've got 3 of these next to me, and then all the other brushes that were dirty, I have to clean them still. But between you and me, I have so many brushes, so I can't find all of the Glaminatrix ones right now. But I have the 2 that I use the most. So we have the E03 and the E08. So I've got these 2. I love these. This is like a little pencil brush here, and then we've got like the blending one. I love the blending one, so we're going to start with this one first, the E03, and I'm just going to go into the purple shade. So we've got 2 matte purple shades, Y Warm and Hot Box. I'm going to go in with the Y Warm on the outer edge and blend those edges with the Hot Box. And for the inner part of the eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Cheese Cutter because I love this like almost pastel green moment. So I'm going to put that in the inner corner, and then we're going to play with that shimmer. So that's the look we're going in with today. Hopefully you guys like this look. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. And if you want to know anything more about the palette, please leave a comment down below because I'm more than happy to answer your questions. And also, just join the family because, you know, I need the subscribers. I haven't done very many videos lately because my mental health has been everywhere. But I am trying to get back into it. Speaking of uploading new videos and stuff for my YouTube channel, I actually filmed a declutter and organize my pantry video. I don't know if anyone will be interested in watching that. I'm umming and ahhing about editing it and posting it. Let me know in the comments down below if you would be interested in watching that. It's basically me cleaning out a year and a half, maybe 3 years of crap in my pantry and just decluttering everything, throwing out expired stuff. I have things that have been there since 2003 that just needed to be thrown out. So I finally actually took the day to do all of that. So if you're interested in seeing that organizational little pantry video, please let me know and I will actually edit it and post it for you. I just don't know if anyone will want to watch that. So anyway, let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well. I have work tomorrow and Saturday, Sunday. I have today off. It is Thursday. I'm filming this Thursday the 6th, the 7th. It was a nice sunny day, but because I'm on night shift right now, I slept most of that away. And it does get very cold at night time because we are in the middle of winter. This purple is very interesting. I don't know if you can see that, but it's more of a pastel purple, even though this is the darkest purple in this palette. There is a shade Gas Leak, which is like almost an eggplant purple black. But this is it's looking very like white right here, not patchy, but like the outer edges are darker and the middle bit here is very, very light. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. I don't know if you can see that little patch there. It looks like I put white eyeshadow on top of the purple right there, and I don't know why. Interesting. Just wanted to note that. Purples are notoriously hard to make, matte purples. So hopefully it's not a patchy situation happening, but we will find out at the end of this video. Now, back to my day. I slept most of the day away. I went to the shops. I finished off my pantry video. I actually went to watch The Devil Wears Prada 2 yesterday to treat myself because my friend went the day before, Tuesday night, and said you have to watch it. I was like, well, I have the day off. Let's go watch it. So I made plans to see the 1 p.m. screening. And I chose the gold class, and that's a bit more expensive. It's $38 a ticket, but I went during school period, so there wouldn't be any kids there, and also because it's more expensive, I just thought there won't be any kids there, and there wasn't. There were only adults there, and it wasn't full, so it was great. I could sit in my chosen seat with no one next to me, so I love that. There was a few problems. I have only seen the last 40 minutes of the movie because when I went and bought the ticket from the assistant there, who sold me the ticket, I said, can I please go to the 1 p.m. screening? I think I got there about 12:40, and she's like, yep, got the ticket. And I didn't see the ticket. I just thought, okay, great. I also bought a drink and some popcorn, and I sat in the little lounge area of the gold class area and waited, because I was like, there's no point in walking around to the shops when it's less than 20 minutes at that stage before I go in. And sometimes you can go in early and I can just get comfortable, I'll put my phone on silent and I'll just get comfortable and start eating my popcorn and my little drink. So in the end, I actually went in at 12:55 to lounge 1. And I was confused because the movie had already started. And I was like, okay, I must be late. But it said starting at 1 p.m. So I went out to the manager and talked to him and said, hey, the movie's already started and it's not even 1 o'clock yet. I think it was like 12:57 at that point. And he's like, oh, it's just started. I'm like, okay. Thinking to myself, I must have just missed the trailers and, okay, they're running a little bit early. Fine. I'll sit there. But the problem is, throughout the whole entire part of that movie, I was confused because I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like I've missed everything. And I was actually right, because I had missed everything. The movie actually finished at 1:35, and I was like, so I caught the last 35 minutes of that. And I was like, I was not happy because, I could have done something else during that afternoon. I went to the lady and I said, hey, I bought this ticket, 1 p.m. start, and the movie's finished and it's only 1:35. I missed 70% of the movie. So the lady looked at my ticket. She goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I picked Sunday's session, 1 p.m. in Lounge 1, but it should be 1 p.m. Wednesday, Lounge 3. And she's like, would you like to go and watch the rest of the movie? I'm like, that means I would be watching the movie completely in reverse, because I watched the last 35 minutes, I missed the first 35 minutes, and I watched the middle, so I won't even get to watch the start of it. So I was like, oh, I can't really do that. So in the end, I just took the refund, and now I kind of saw the spoiler for the ending of the movie, which wasn't great because I wanted to watch, obviously, the whole movie in one go. So I will have to go some other time. But what I did see was amazing. The outfits in the last 35 minutes of that movie, stunning. I was like, oh, I want to get some of those, but my fat ass wouldn't fit into any of them anyway, so I wouldn't be able to. But oh, it's so pretty. This is a really pretty shade, but you can see that this white patch is still happening, and I don't know why. I'm not mad about it because I love like a lilac purple, but yeah, I don't like. I am packing. I don't know if you can see. I am packing the shade on into the center, and it's still, if not more, white. I don't know what's happening there. Anyway, I'm loving the color though. The color is so vibrant and so pretty, and it's blending out really nicely. Like the edges are blending out nicely. I will obviously blend a little bit more, but it's really, really pretty. But anyway, that's been my day for the last couple of days. I couldn't sleep last night. I did actually put down for overtime during the day for today, work shift, but they didn't need me, so they didn't call me up. So I was pretty happy with that because I had a really bad night's sleep last night. I didn't get to sleep until almost 7:30 this morning, and if they'd called me for an overtime day shift, they would have called me at 10 o'clock, so I would have had less than 3 hours, which would not have been great. If you don't know, I work in a casino on the table games as a blackjack, roulette, baccarat dealer, poker dealer as well, so you kind of have to be switched on, and if you're tired you can easily make mistakes, and you don't want to make mistakes, especially with people's money. They get upset. But in saying that, we can always do with some extra money, especially when I'm on minimum hours at work, so any bit of money helps. I actually really like that this is not blended. Like, I thought, you know what, I would blend the edges, but I'm actually quite happy with quite a harsh line there. I don't think I'm going to blend the edges. I think I'm going to leave that there like that because I'm really liking the way that looks. Normally I always go in for like the seamless blend on the edges, but I'm really happy with the way that's looking. So I'm not going to blend those edges. I'm going to leave it like that. Let me start on the other eye and do the same type of shape. Both eyes are not the same. I do have a scar on this one, so sometimes getting it to be matchy is not always possible for me, but we're going to try, and we're going to also see if this side is patchy like this side is. It's not patchy because there's no like missing pigment, but it's just, I'm sure that you can see it on a viewfinder, it's white right in the center, and I don't know why, but I'm not mad about it because I love the color. It's such a pretty purple. Now, as always, guys, I'm hoping everyone is having a great day wherever they are watching this from. I am shocked that we are almost halfway through the year already. It's gone so fast. And yeah, I kind of really haven't done much this year. I had so many plans for this year, but then so many things happened in my life, work-wise and stuff. I didn't know what my future would be for a short period. And then I'm also not struggling financially, but because my hours have been cut, you know, I am a little bit worried about, you know, paying all my bills and everything like that, because I am on a single income. I got a fat cat that likes to eat a lot of food every day, so you know, I need to be responsible. So I haven't been buying as much makeup. This palette, I knew I was going to get. Any Glaminatrix launches, I'm going to get. Unless it's like a complete nude eyeshadow palette, which isn't really my thing. I love Glaminatrix, but I might pass on the eyeshadow palette that's nude. Just because I have so many nude eyeshadow palettes, I wouldn't need another one. But anything colourful that Glaminatrix launches, I am buying no matter what the price is. Plus, I did use the code CAT for 10% off. She's an Australian YouTuber influencer. I will link her down below. I always use the discount code CAT, which saves me 10% off any Glaminatrix palette, and 10% off on a $95 palette is always good saving. So I always use that code to save myself some money. But I will always buy Glaminatrix eyeshadow formulas because I love to support an Australian female-owned business, but also their mattes are just phenomenal, and the shimmers are even better. So I would never say anything bad about Glaminatrix. Now, this purple, it's starting to look a little bit white here. Not as bad as this side because I hadn't really filled in this area here, but there is still a little bit of that white patching right on the bottom half of my top eyelid. Does that make sense? I think that does. Right here, basically, on the actual eyelid itself, there's a little bit of whiteness happening, but we're just going to see if that will continue when I fill in the rest of this with this pigment. Alright guys, I'm actually really happy with the way my eyes are looking shape-wise. It's kind of avant-garde. I think that's the word that I'm thinking of. I like it. I like that I haven't blended out the edges. So we're going to probably use one less shade, which was the shade Hotbox, to blend out the edges because I'm liking the way that is looking. So I won't use that shade. I might only use 2-3 shades out of this palette. This is a 15-pan palette, by the way, 5 shimmers, 10 mattes. But again, I will do a dedicated video using this palette in the future. My cat is back and probably wanting attention. Hopefully he will just put himself to bed. We'll see. But yeah, I'm really happy with the actual pigment of this matte shadow. Again, that is called Y Warm, and it's really pretty. I'm just going to try and blend the middle part right here where the purple and the green are going to meet. So I'm just going to slowly blend that out so it's not such a harsh line. Because it's such a light green, I don't want the purple to mix with the green too much and make like a horrible browny pigment in the middle of those two shades, because that would kind of ruin the look. So I'm just ever so slightly blending out this edge here, and then we can go on with the green. Alright guys, I'm happy with the way that's looking. So now we're going to go into the lime green shade Cheese Cutter. Beautiful shade right here. And we're going to put that right into the center of both eyelids, just for a little bit of pop of color, and then we'll go in with the shimmer. So let me just put that on this Morphe M506 brush, because it's more of a smaller pencil brush, but not as small as this one. So we'll just go in with this green first. Because this is more of a pastel green, I feel like I'm really going to have to punch up this green against that purple for it to like last longevity wise. So I'm going to really soak up my brush and pack that on without blending too much, because if I blend, it's just going to blend away to nothing. But so far it's looking really pretty. This is not a unique look. I have done this type of look before, but I'm always just testing out the actual formula, showing you how the mattes work and how they blend out, showing you if there's any patchiness, which there is a little bit on both eyes with this purple, but it's not too bad. Sometimes you really see like a bare naked spot where the purple's not clinging on at all. We don't have it that bad with this look, but we do have a little bit of the white chalkiness right there, and I can't explain that for some reason. Everything else is really pigmented, but right there on the center of the eyelid, it's not clinging on for some reason. We are going to put a black in the waterline, and that will make the purple and the green on the bottom lash line pop even more when I blend it out on the bottom lash line against that black. So we will do that in a second, but for now, I think I just need to punch up that green on this eye a little bit more, because this eye always works better than this eye for me, so I need to focus on my left side. So let me quickly do that, and then I'll be right back. Alright you guys, I am back, and I just finished the bottom lash line and put the black and the waterline off camera, so we can just get straight into the shimmers. I'm really loving the way this is looking. I think the black and the waterline has really made the bottom lash line pop with that like electric green in the inner corner, and then the purple on the outer edge. I love it. So now we're going to go in with the shimmers, which is always my favorite part. So we're going to try the shade Air Biscuit. I think I'm only going to do one shimmer. The shade Air Biscuit it's stunning. It's one of those really, really softly pressed shimmers. Just, it's so reflective, and it's multi-chrome, duochrome, all the chromes. So pretty. It looks like a straight up silver greenish gold there, but it does have blue on it. I'm going to swatch on the back of my hand for you. So pretty. The lights, when the light hits this, it's stunning. I really want to show off that green and blue, so I'm really going to try and do my best. Hopefully the lights will adjust and you can really see the different shifts in this. Just going to wait for the lights to adjust. Alright, so it's green there, but there is like a blue. I'm just trying this trick. Hopefully you can see the shift with the mirror, because sometimes it changes the color. I don't know if it's working. Anyway, it's stunning. I'm going to put that all over my eyelid, and hopefully it will look pretty. Oh my god, that is so pretty. That is the perfect combination of the green from the inner part of the eyelid to the purple, because it does have like a greeny bluish purple shift. Now, sometimes these special, like very softly pressed shimmers from Glaminatrix can flake off over time, just because they are so softly pressed and also flaky. But if you don't want that to happen, I would suggest putting a little bit of NYX glitter glue down, and that will stop it from ever creasing or having any fallout on your eyes. I'm obviously not doing that in this video, just because it is almost 11:30 at night when I'm filming this, so I don't need it to be on my eye for very long. But if you don't want any creasing, or if you're hooded like me and you don't want any fallout throughout the day, just put a little bit of NYX glitter glue down, and it will stop that from happening. Now, I do see some people applying shimmers like these with their brushes. I always find that using a finger always gives me the best payoff, because you can control the way it blends out with your finger, and also the pressure on your finger. Because if you put it with a brush, sometimes when you're applying it with a brush or you're sweeping it across, it can knock some of that shimmer off. So I've always found using a finger works best for me. But if you do want to use a brush, you can always spray your brush with some setting spray beforehand, and then dip it into the shimmer, and that will also stop any fallout from happening. But for me, a finger always works. Alright, so I'm finished with that shimmer. I'm just going to go in with my little Glaminatrix brush, the EO3, and I'm just going to pick up that shade Y Warm, the purple shade that we first initially started with. And I'm just going to press that on the outer edge where that matte and shimmer meet, just to kind of blend the edges. I'm not brushing at all, because I don't want any of that shimmer to fall out. I'm just tapping it over the edges and just kind of blending ever so slightly. So I just do that with all my shimmer matte looks where there's an edge, just because I don't like a harsh edge between those two. So I just ever so slightly press in some of that matte over the edge of the shimmer, and it just kind of helps blend those edges away. Alright you guys, now I'm just going to quickly go off camera and do a little bit of brow highlighter and inner corner highlighter. I don't actually know what I'm going to use. Let me just quickly see what I've got in my drawer right here. Do you know what? I actually have this little gel pot. This is from Carla Cosmetics, another indie brand. Not my favorite, but this little gel pot is stunning, because it has like this... Oh my god, it's completely dried out. Oh, okay, well it was a gel, it's dried out, so we're not going to use that. We're going to have to find something else to put in the inner corner. You know what, we'll just use the powder version of it. This is their loose little pigment. This is not my favorite, because you're meant to use like a little gel to like mix the powder together, but once that gel dries on your eyelid, it always starts to crack and flake off over time. Oh, that's very pigmented. So I never actually really used this as an eyeshadow, aside an inner corner or a highlighter. So that's what we're going to use today. Okay, I'm happy with that. Stunning. Okay, I'm I gotta put this in my little drawer so I know exactly what I used for the inner corner to put in my description down below. Alright, let me quickly go off camera and then I'll put a lip on. I'm just gonna do a nude lip, I think, or maybe a purple lip. Maybe a purple lip. So let me do that and I'll be right back. And this is the final look. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I only used 3 shades, but I'm really happy with all 3 shades. Now the purple was a little bit patchy. The purple Wire Warm. A little bit patchy. You saw like the white ashiness happening in the center. I don't know why that happened, but it doesn't always happen with my purples. I've had palettes that have been patchy one day and then the same shade is fine the next day. So I don't think it's really too big of an issue for me. The look still turned out really pretty. The shade Cheese Cutter, the lime green, it's so pretty. I love it. It's just a pastel green and I love greens. Green's my favorite color to play with makeup wise. And then the shade Air Biscuit is just, I mean, it's stunning. Look at that on the back of my hand. Beautiful. I can't say anything bad about that shade. Let's swatch some of the other shimmers out of this palette, because why not? We've got the shade Pardon Me, which is like a 70 orange pink, really pretty. I think it's just, I don't think it, oh, actually it might have some reflexes in it. Very pretty, again, very softly pressed, but not as foiled as the shade Air Biscuit. And then we have this interesting shade, which is more of a satin shimmer. Oh, that is stunning. That is El de Poo, I think that's how you say it. I'll put the name on the screen, but it's more of like a satin shimmer. Again, stunning. Whoa, I did not expect that. Okay, so look at that. It looks green at like one angle and then it goes to like an orange rose gold moment. Look at that. That is stunning. Wow. Okay, I'm really happy with that shade. And then we have 2 other shades, But Bubbler, which is like the green shimmer, almost like just a standard forest green, which I'm not mad about because again, greens are stunning. And this deep shade green is beautiful. That's it there, like an olive green, very pretty. And then we got the shade Brut. That's really pretty as well. Almost like a plum purple. That's a bit more of a drier formula. There are, I think, 3 different shimmer formulas out of the 5 shades, shimmer-wise, in this palette. So we've got like a foiled, we've got more of a satin shade, which you can't really see against, there we go. More of a satin shade, and then more of a not as foiled shade. But then we've got these 2, which are more just standard shimmers. A bit more of a drier, less creamier, buttery formula, but still all swatch amazing. So very happy with the shimmers out of this palette, and then the mattes just always speak for themselves. I've never had a bad matte out of my Glaminatrix palette. Sometimes patchy, but never one that doesn't blend or anything like that. So I'm very happy with this palette. It's a beautiful color story. It has everything that I love in a color story. I love the purples and the greens, and then I love a cool tone grayish moment here. So we've got that at the end, and then more of a neutral. So this palette kind of gives you everything you need for an everyday to like a fun night out palette as well. So you can travel with it and you can do everything you want with this one palette, which I'm very excited for. So that is the Silent But Deadly Glaminatrix palette. I'm very happy to add this to my collection. I think I probably have 8 eyeshadow palettes from Glaminatrix, which I think is almost enough to do like a rating on my Glaminatrix palette. So let me know in the comment down below if you want me to do that. But yeah guys, that is today's video. Let me quickly zoom you in so you can see the final look close up. I just really want to show you the shimmers. Again, ignore the flakiness on my nose just because of the cold situation. It's starting to flake where I've been rubbing my nose with a tissue, but I still wanted to show you what it looks like up close and personal. It's so pretty. I probably went a little bit ham with the highlighter on the brow bone. That's this highlighter here, really pretty. I did put that on my cheeks, not as much though, just a soft inner glow on my cheeks, but the brow highlighter, I think I probably put too much on, but that's alright. I'm happy with the final look. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram and TikTok because I do post a lot of things on there that I don't film on here. And also check out the playlist using all my Glaminatrix palettes. Till next time guys, stay safe and I'll see you later. All my love. Bye.